Welcome to this week's video all about how to create your very own website. So if you're unfamiliar, I am Jag and I have my own blog called Jag's Journey, so do check that out. And if you do hopefully have a look at it, you'll realize that actually is pretty impressive if I do say so myself. So I do actually really surprise myself that I actually managed to create that website, and I literally did that single-handedly with no experience in IT or website creation. I mean, I did kind of create a website during my GCSEs, but it was literally just one page and just nothing like this at all. So in literally 5 easy steps, I'm going to be sharing with you exactly how you can do the same. I'll talk you through the free methods, so you could create your own website for free, or there are then payment options as well, which is something that I did. Don't worry, nothing too expensive. But if you do just want to skip this video and get straight to the good stuff, I do have a PDF available to purchase, and the link is in the description below. And in there I'll share everything in this video with screenshots so you can really just see and follow it along. But I will also then be giving you extra information as well, such as all things such as Google Search Console, you know, the life of SEO, Adsense, and just a lot more. But right, let's just get straight into it. So for those of you who are actually interested, before I get into the details of how to create the website, I wanted to actually share what inspired me to create mine. So during 2020, I actually took part in my work's reduced working program. So what this meant is that I was actually able to have a whole month off between July and August 2020. So a lot of the time was actually spent revising for my exams, so the ACA advanced level exams. More information can be found here. But it also meant that I had some spare time, and with others working around me, I did want to do something productive as well. This is then actually when I came across someone called Jeff Rose. So he runs his own blog, his own YouTube channel, his own newsletter. It's just pretty much a shout out because I wouldn't be where I was today if I had not started. Jeff actually shared details on how to create your own blog, which is pretty much similar to what I'm doing now with this YouTube video. So what I decided to do in the meantime was just to start writing blogs on the ACA, as at the time I was currently studying, and I realised there wasn't much actually out there on this. I quickly realised that I had a lot to share, so my blogs and videos, they're very detailed, which you might have noticed. So yeah, I had a lot to share, and I actually realised I enjoyed it too. So in November 2020, after my final exams, that's when I actually got started on the blog and the website, and I launched it in December 2020, and I guess the rest is history. So you might be watching this thinking, you know, blogging isn't for you, but I guess not all websites are blogs, first of all. And secondly, there are just so many different types of ways that you can create your website and what you include on there. So my website typically includes really long detailed articles. But you know, you can do other types of websites that have, you know, maybe cooking recipes, it might be fitness related, beauty product recommendations, just whatever is of interest to you. Sometimes it's good as well just to have a website that can really give you your own personal brand. I really do just think that a website is honestly for anyone and everyone. It truly can open so many doors, and you don't realize where it could take you. It can also really boost you professionally. It can, you know, allow you to connect and interact with much more people than you'd ever thought. So I really would definitely recommend thinking about it. And I guess if you're watching this video, you probably already are. So really, let's just get straight to it. So like I said, everything that I learned, it was self-taught. I did it through Googling things, you know, through reading other blogs, through watching other YouTube videos. And what I'm essentially trying to do is give you that head start so you do not need to go into all of those different streams, and I'll just give you everything in this video, and also if you want it, that extra PDF link in the description below. Hopefully you'll then skip out any of the initial mistakes that I definitely did make, and a lot of the confusion. So I will break it all down into quick, easy steps to follow. And like I said, the more technical details and the screenshots, all of that is in that PDF. So going into my 5 easy, quick steps to create a website. So number 1 is, of course, creating a name. So before you actually start any of the process, you really should think about or have a basic idea of what you want your website to be about. So like I said, mine is called Jag's Journey, but believe it or not, I actually initially wanted to start anonymously. I really didn't want my name all over everything, and I really wanted to share my tips on the ACA, but I didn't want it all to be, you know, linked back to me. I don't know why, I didn't really feel that I should put myself out there like that at the time. It was only then after speaking to a close friend of mine who made me realise that actually if I was doing it anonymously, I'd be really limiting myself, because then it really then limits how much you can promote your own blog, because of course if it's anonymous, it's going to be pretty obvious if I keep kind of sharing these posts. And then what it also means is that it's actually difficult to really connect with people. I guess people like interacting with people, so it's good if they can really put a face behind the blogs and just kind of know who is behind it, if that makes sense. So when I realized this and I thought, okay, it can be about me, I then had to think further about what I wanted it to actually be about. So then it comes on to my next point, that you should really carefully think about what you want your niche to be, and whether you do really want to limit yourself just to that niche. You do start Googling and start looking into, creating a blog, creating a website, you really will hear a lot about having a niche and how important it is. So for me, I knew the majority of my content would be around the ACA qualification. I've previously taught, I enjoy it. That is just what I wanted to focus on. However, early on I realized I did not want to limit myself to just that, and that's what you should be really careful of doing, especially in your name, where, for example, I might have put Jag accounting, and then if I was posting other things such as laser eye surgery and things, it would be slightly weird. That is why I then went for that broader name of Jag's Journey. That being said though, having a niche does really help with SEO, so search engine optimization, and again I have really gone into detail about that in the PDF, so check that out. As I have, you can broaden your blog slightly, and I have actually managed to achieve good SEO results in both laser, for example, and the ACA. Just whatever you do, just make sure your name reflects what you want to post about, and make sure it's something that you think you'll be happy with in years to come. So step 2 is to buy your domain. So remember, don't be put off by the word buy, and like I said at the start of the video, you could do it for free. You really don't need to buy anything if you don't want to. So WordPress, for example, allow you to create your own website for free. I guess though, the downside of this, and the reason I was very much put off, is because it will have wordpress.com in the name. So if you do, like myself, want to have your very own website with your completely own domain, there are many websites out there that allow you to search for a domain that you would potentially want, and then also to actually buy it. So different websites will typically offer different rates, so it is best to kind of shop around. So I went with GoDaddy.com, and that's just because it is a reputable website. But there are others out there such as Namecheap, and links to these are all in the description below, and they are affiliate links, so do click, as it will benefit me. It should hopefully benefit you too, as that link should include some form of discount for when you are purchasing. And I do quickly want to add here as well that it does make sense to purchase for maybe a few years, because when you first buy, you do actually get quite a discounted rate, and that's not something I did. I only purchased for the first year, and then I had to renew again the year after, and it was just more expensive. So number 3 is to get yourself a blog host. So this is where it does start to get just a little bit more complicated. So like me, you might have thought that as soon as you buy your domain, you can just immediately get started, but that is wrong. You do actually need to have a website host. This role is actually really critical, so make sure you do set it up correctly from the very start, otherwise it can cause a few complications later on. As I am clearly just not techie at all, I will give you a quote from Tech Radar, who has said, anyone who wants to build a website needs web hosting to store their website's files and make them accessible for visitors worldwide. The host can as well impact your website speed, which is of course critical to any website, as we all hate it when things just take so long to load. So again, I will just tell you to just take the time to look around and see what works best for you. So my hosting provider is Just Host Me, and again my affiliate link is in the description below. So I could have gone with GoDaddy.com as well, but I found that Just Host Me was cheaper because it worked out for me as just £2.99 per month. And in all honesty, I've had a fantastic experience with them so far. They've just been really responsive throughout, and any issues have just been resolved pretty much immediately. So they even provide a free SSL certificate. So again, getting a bit technical here, but this is honestly crucial if you want to rank on search engines. Bluehost, link in the description below, is another one that is also highly rated. I think I was going to do that, but it's mainly more to US people, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I couldn't really figure it out. So if you are going to purchase this separately, you will need to connect your domain with your host. So if you need it, I do have more details in that PDF. Okay, so now hopefully you've got your name, you've bought the domain, you've got your website host. So what you need to do next is find a website builder. So as with the domain and also the host, there are just so many options out there available for a builder. And this is literally how I created my website to look the way that it is without any coding experience. So I first started on Wix, and I think that's a great option if you are willing to pay. I found it really easy to use. It looked really good, but I just wasn't really feeling the whole paying every month for that. I then then even started to use Weebly, again links in the description below. This is something that was freely available through Just Host Me, but then I quickly realised there were just issues with the responsiveness, so I kind of just left it there. Then this is where I came across WordPress. It's literally just spoken about so much on the internet, and I do think for very good reason. So WordPress was also freely available through Just Host Me, which is why I think it's also so great. And then this is what I went with. So initially, I can't lie, I did find WordPress quite hard to use actually, but I thought, you know what, I'll stick at it because it's got such great reviews. I was actually at the time really considering going back to Wix, but I thought no, just stick at it. So what I found is that WordPress really does just offer great website themes, and honestly pretty much anything that you want adding to your website, there is always a plugin for. So yeah, moral of step 4 is just to find a good website builder for you and just get really comfortable with it. And then this brings me onto step 5, which is to start creating. Honestly, that is pretty much it. So once you start playing around with it all, just really just putting in the time and maybe just Googling anything you're unsure of, or just getting that PDF and checking that out, you should really get much better and much quicker at it. You can then literally blog, you know, enjoy yourself, just really knock yourself out. So what is good is that if you wanted to do blogs and use your website for that, then you can draft your blogs, preview it, and then publish it when you're actually ready, and you can actually even schedule your posts. And what's great about having your own website is that you can actually alter things. So really just don't worry about perfecting things for the first time. Just start getting things out there, and then if needs be, you can alter. So those were the very, very basic, simple steps. Of course, in reality, it won't be as simple, and the PDF does talk you through that. But also guide you through anything to do with, say, world of search engine optimization, having your own email campaign, linking real-time analytics, and having Google Adsense. Yeah, there's just a lot there. It is all there for you to just take away. So to summarize the overall cost of running the website, hopefully you can kind of already see how the costs can really rack up, but it really is up to you how much you are willing to spend on your site. So you can either go with the WordPress, which is that completely free option, or like myself, just pay for your domain. And I think initially it was only maybe like £20 or something, and then only that £2.99 per month for the hosting. So remember, like I said, if you are going to purchase your own domain, it is probably cheaper in the long run if you do purchase for a few more years, rather than doing what I do and just renew it every year. I mean, of course, it is a mistake that I made, but I really didn't know how it would go at the start. But you know what? You'll probably surprise yourself like I did. So that's it. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, then do give me a like. And if you do actually choose to create your own website, you do use these tips, then please let me know. I would love to check out your website and see how you're doing. I really would encourage you to have a go, because you do have nothing to lose. But like I said, give me a thumbs up if you found it helpful. Any questions at all, do drop them in the comment box below. I'd be more than happy to answer those. And I will definitely be back with more videos every single week, so make sure you do subscribe, and hopefully you'll see me again soon. Thanks.